Hi there, welcome to Riggs Garage. I'm Eric, and today is a quick update and a little bit of work done on the 70 Mustang Fastback. Check out the other videos if you haven't seen them yet, but here's a little update. I've got the 289 apart. When I was pulling the rear main seal, I took the cap off, of course, and the bearings look kind of crappy, so I took a few rod bearings and a few main caps off to check those. The bearings weren't where I want them to be. They're kind of worn and weird looking, so I got a set of bearings for the engine and I'm tearing that apart today. So I'm going to take off the rods. I'm going to take off the rod caps, push the pistons out their holes, organize that, and then I'm going to pull the crankshaft up and out of the engine, probably do a DIY crank polish to make sure I've got a good surface, make sure those are really nice and clean, and then we'll throw the engine back together finally. Hit that subscribe button to keep following these projects. Thank you. A few directional things to pay attention to. You'll notice the main caps are labeled. 1, arrow pointing to the front of the engine. 2, arrow pointing forward. 3, arrow pointing forward. 4, 5. We're missing that one. We don't need it. It's on the workbench. And then, whoever rebuilt the engine last, they labeled the rods, the cap, and the rod itself so that you can match them up and so you can know which direction they face. So front of the engine we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then front of the engine again this way, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can count to 8. Confirmed. Now I'm going to break the rest of the rod caps loose.
Now I'm going to rotate the crankshaft so I can get the rod caps in position so I can unbolt each of them.
Alright, took the nuts off. I'm going to bonk the cap loose with a hammer handle, not anything hard, no metal. Okay, there's the top rod bearing. And now I'm going to bump the piston out with this hammer handle. And my hand is already out here so I don't drop a piston on the concrete and shatter it. Because it is a cast piston, it will break. Ooh. Am I glad I decided to pull the pistons out? Look, there's a broken piston ring right here. A chunk of it fell out when I first started. It's the top ring, so. Alright. More delays coming. I'm going to put the cap back on just as it came off with the markings matching up right here. I'll put the nuts back on. I'm going to set these in a clean cardboard box. Pistons are all in a clean box. I put the main caps in there with them. So those all get cleaned up. I'll put new piston rings on them. Here's a quick look at the crankshaft. It appears to only have some mild like oil staining and stuff on it. It doesn't have any stuff that catches on the fingernail. So I don't see any problems with it. I'll do a quick video on cleaning up the crankshaft. What I'm going to do is kind of an old school home technique. Basically use a shoestring and some fine grit sandpaper with some sort of lubricant, and it spins it around the journal here. Makes it beautiful and perfect. I don't need a mirror polish. I just need a good surface for the new bearings to mate with. Here's a look in the sunlight at some of the bearings. I'm really glad I took them out. You can see this one has a lot of the surface worn off. And also, I found a broken piston ring while I was doing this, so if I had not decided to do this, I would have been running this thing with a broken piston ring.
Now the cylinder wall is perfect in that cylinder, so that ring could have just broken on the way out, which is my theory at this point.
Further proof that you should just do it right the first time. Mystery engines are a mystery, so I'm glad that this thing's down to a bare block. I'm really glad that the mystery engine that's in the big block Chevy here, that it runs perfect, because I did not tear it apart at all. I did the Krylon rebuild. I put a water pump on it and painted the engine basically. So there you have it. Quick update. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and there's more videos on the way. Thank you.